It was good. I mean, you're coming off of finals. I think the guys were a little bit. I mean, I had kind of told them after, let's get through those two conference games and then take a deep breath. And we took a couple extra days of practice off this week. They're going through finals. They're coming through the end of the semester, so it was good to kind of get back in the rhythm of it. And I like the way we had pretty good intensity defensively. We competed on that end, and it was pretty steady. And I thought the ball moved. Obviously, there's a lot of balance. Everybody scored. A lot of guys in double figures, close to double figures, and that can happen when you score a lot of points. But it felt like we were scoring with ball movement and running our offense and sharing it more than guys just looking at, I have an advantage one-on-one against a certain player. I'm just going to do that. And that was really what I liked, because I think we got better offensively just because we moved the ball instead of just trying to do it one-on-one.
Yeah, one of the things that I was talking to Matt about was just simply, once you made a basket, it seemed like then 3 or 4 would go in, and it was all about moving the ball around. I think the one where Brad got, I think, his second 3, it was 4 or 5 passes.
100%. It looked just like, I mean, we got some drills in practice that we kind of call offensive advantage drills, where if it's touched the paint twice and you kick it out for a 3, it's worth 6 or 9 points instead of just 3. And it kind of looked like that drill a little bit. I mean, it was guys turning down okay shots for better shots, and that's really what we were looking for.
You mentioned multiple players in double figures. I think you had 6 again. And you did this without Marcus in the lineup. How promising is that as you look towards the heavier portion of your schedule coming up here in January?
I mean, that's going to be huge, not having to rely on Marcus to do as much of it. And there's going to be plenty of games where we are going to have to lean on him pretty heavily, but the more guys we have, and obviously we made 16 threes again. It's tough to count on that on the road all the time. There's going to be games where we hit double-digit threes on the road. This team can shoot the ball, and the ball moves, and we hit guys in rhythm, but sometimes that just happens. Long bus rides, back ends of road trips, things like that, unfamiliar gyms where you have to be able to grind and get to the rim and get layups and get stops. But the more balance you have, the better opportunity you have to not let opposing teams focus in on one player or one action or a couple players and things like that. And it's a fun way to play. When everybody's getting a touch and everybody's getting shots, I mean, it helps your defense too, because it's easier to play your butt off defensively when you're getting to touch the ball and getting a few shots than it is when you're just standing in the corner and never touching it.
How nice is it to see Hazelton get into double figures today? I mean, you gave him an opportunity and he took it.
Oh, absolutely. I love Luke's game. There's a reason we recruited him. He just needs to get physically, he either needs to get a lot stronger or he needs to get quicker. He's kind of a tweener, and he needs to figure out where he's going to guard. But his offensive game is kind of what drew us to him. I mean, he's similar to obviously some of the tweener 4 lefties we have, with a little bit of his offensive game, and you see some of that. And I was happy for him to make shots because he's in the gym, he's working. I know he probably gets frustrated at times when he's not getting as much action and whatnot, and it's good to see a guy like that get rewarded.
Matt goes off, gets 14, I think, for you. How nice is it to see him also, step up and continue to make shots throughout the game?
Another kid that's just in the gym all the time and wants it so bad. So, I mean, it's just good to see him rewarded. He's put so much time in, and every single day, I mean, that's a kid that attacks every practice like a game. So, I mean, it's good to see guys, from a coaching standpoint, the guys that are living in the gym, it's always awesome when they're rewarded in front of a crowd and in the games.
Another one that you had mentioned earlier this week, you were looking to get more playing time in this game, was Warren. And it seemed as though kind of early on he couldn't quite find it, but once he did, then he was able to pop off and get filled.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice if you got one more board, get that double-double, but Grant's one that he's ready for that break at Christmas, I think. I mean, and obviously he's a biomedical engineer. He's got a tough schedule. In practice, he looked a little worn out and a little tired, and I think kind of how we looked at the start of the game today, and then a couple things went, and he started getting a little bit more of a rhythm. But I think Grant will, a week at home will really help him come back rejuvenated, and we're going to need him down the stretch here in the conference.
You knew you wanted to get other players involved, and Grant obviously is one, Matt another, Luke another. How nice is it to see those guys find some success today and feel good about themselves as they get ready to go into break?
100%. And that's what these non-conference games are. I mean, there's such a big break between conference games, and you want to keep. I mean, obviously we're in a pretty good place the way we've been playing. We're rolling a little bit. Guys are feeling confident and feeling good. In a game like this, we just want to make sure that we don't kind of mess that up. And that could happen multiple ways. I mean, it's easy in a game like this for guys to get selfish and just try to get their own. You know what I mean? We're winning. It was pretty clear partway into the game that we were going to win the game, and sometimes guys are just like, well, I want to try to get as many baskets as I can and stop executing and stop playing the way we want to play. Those are fears you have when a game goes this way. And honestly, it could be a little bit the same thing at Green Bay. Like, obviously the level's going to be higher, and we're going to have to play, but for us to play well down there, it needs to be the same type of thing. We need to do a ball movement and not guys just trying to prove that I can do it against a D1 team. I can try to get some baskets there. I mean, let the systems, let the things that have been making us successful, let's keep going to that instead of trying to do something different.